It was raining again that night, just like the day they threw me out. The same icy drizzle, the same dull gray clouds. Only this time, they were the ones standing outside my door. I didn't hurry to let them in. I simply watched the security camera. My mother, my father, and my flawless brother, all squeezed together under one torn umbrella. They looked smaller now, worn down, desperate. 5 years earlier, I had stood where they were, staring up at them as they looked down on me with disgust. I was jobless, divorced, useless. My father had spat. An embarrassment. My mother couldn't even meet my eyes. She just handed me a plastic bag full of clothes and said quietly, "You can't stay here." My brother had laughed. "Maybe the rain will wash your bad luck off." That was the last time I saw them. Until tonight. When I finally opened the door, their eyes darted past me, fixated on the house behind. Their house once, or at least that's what they still believed. I stood in the doorway, silent. My father spoke first. "You're alone, aren't you? No husband, no kids. You don't need all this space." My mother chimed in. "This house was bought with family money. It belongs to us." And my brother, always so smug, smiled that same superior smile. "We're moving in, sis." I didn't answer. I just tilted my head slightly, as if listening to something faint in the distance. Then I pulled out my phone. One call, that's all it took. As it rang, my thoughts drifted back to that night in the rain. The night they left me on the sidewalk, clutching my little bag like it was all I had left. Because it was. No money, no home, no one. But sometimes, losing everything is the best thing that can ever happen to you. It shows you who truly loves you, and who only loved what you could offer. I started small. First a diner job, then a clerk position. I kept quiet, worked hard, stayed invisible. And at night I studied real estate, finance, law. Every dollar I earned, I saved. Every insult I remembered. 2 years later, I joined a property firm. 4 years later, I owned one. And 5 years later, I bought the very house they had cast me out of, purchased from the bank after their bankruptcy. They never even knew it was me who signed the papers. That was my first revenge. Silent, surgical, clean. The call connected. "Yes, ma'am," a voice answered. "Activate Plan B," I said softly. "Now." "Yes, Miss Harris." My father frowned. "Plan B?" I stepped aside. Through the wide glass windows behind me, they saw figures moving. Security guards, lawyers, a representative from the city's property division. My brother's smirk faltered. "What's going on?" I met his eyes. "Remember when you took a loan against this house? You defaulted. The bank repossessed it. I bought it." He blinked, stunned. "You?" I nodded. "Yes, 5 years ago." My father's face twisted in disbelief. "That's impossible." "It's legal." I cut in. "You signed to transfer yourself." I made sure of it. All I had to do was wait. When I found out they were drowning in debt, I didn't rush to help. I waited until their home went on the auction list. I made the offer anonymously through a shell company. They thought some stranger bought it. The day I moved in, their old family portraits were still hanging in the hallway. I didn't take them down. I wanted them there for this moment, so they'd see exactly what they lost when they came crawling back. And now here they were, soaked, shivering, begging for what they had once thrown away. My brother took a step forward, voice trembling. "You can't do this. We've got nowhere to go." I looked at him calmly. "Neither did I." My mother's voice cracked. "Please, we're family." "Family?" I almost smiled. That word sounds different coming from you now. Behind them, a black car pulled up. 2 officers stepped out, followed by a man in a gray suit, my lawyer. I didn't have to explain. They knew the procedure: restraining order, legal eviction, everything by the book. I turned to my lawyer. "Handle it." Then I closed the door, slowly, deliberately. On their shouting, their pleading, their disbelief, silence returned. Only the rain tapping softly against the glass. I stood there for a long time, watching their shadows fade down the driveway. The same driveway I once walked barefoot. soaked and broken. People think revenge is loud, fire, chaos, screaming. But mine was quiet. It didn't need noise. Just patience, precision, and the kind of pain that teaches you to wait. When the call ended and the documents were signed, I walked into the study. The house glowed with soft light, warm, peaceful. My house, my silence, my victory. I poured myself a glass of wine and stared out at the rain-soaked street. In the reflection, I saw myself, not the woman they threw away, but the one who came back without a word. Justice doesn't always arrive with confrontation. Sometimes it comes in the form of ownership, of peace, of stillness. They once told me I was nothing without them. Now they have nothing. And all it took was one call,